Hello everyone, this is Shruti Saxena Das, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss about UDP protocol. Transport layer is the fourth layer of OSI model, and in transport layer we mainly use two protocols which are UDP and TCP. UDP protocol stands for user datagram protocol. User datagram protocols. Basically, packets which are produced by these protocols are called user datagram. Okay, so this is the transport layer protocol. This is used at fourth layer of OSI model, which is transport layer. So that's why it is known as a transport layer protocol. Then this protocol is mainly used when reliability and security are less important than speed and size. Okay, so these are basically used when we want to perform multicasting or broadcasting to transfer data, or when the size of the data is less, or when we want to perform some multimedia application, then this UDP protocol is used. So there are two protocols, TCP and UDP. As I said, TCP is a reliable protocol. It ensures that end-to-end delivery is performed. Then acknowledgements are there in case of TCP, but here you won't get any acknowledgement for any packet. Simply we have to send the data. If the data is reached or not reached, for that you cannot receive any acknowledgement in this case. So here, why do we use, when this particular protocol, we call it unreliable protocol? Like we compare this UDP protocol with your this post mail. So whether it will reach the correct address or not, that is not sure. But when you send any message or data through email, then there is a surety, or you'll get acknowledgement. If suppose the sender mail ID is not correct, then also you'll get the reply for that acknowledgement will be given to you. But here in this case you won't get any acknowledgement. That's why we call it as unreliable or connectionless protocol. Okay, and there is no need to establish connection prior to the data transfer. In case of TCP, we have to establish a connection before we want to transfer any data, but here there is no need to establish any connection before we want to transfer any data. Okay, then the thing is that when it is unreliable, when it is connectionless, when there is no surety that our packet is reached or not, we are not getting any acknowledgement, then why do we use this protocol? The reason is that TCP assures reliability, but then additional cost and latency are the overheads. Okay, for real-time services, like suppose if you are playing any game, video game, or any computer game you are playing, or if you are performing any voice or video communication live conference, for that we need UDP because high performance is needed, and UDP permits packets to be dropped instead of processing delayed packets. So TCP basically it provides you acknowledgement, but then delay is there in that case. Okay, so latency will be there and extra cost will be there. So because of the extra cost and latency, sometimes for some applications we need this UDP when high performance is needed. Like I said, like in case of gaming, in case of live conference, or voice or video communication, in these cases we need UDP. Okay, here the main focus will be on permitting packets. Okay, if packets are not permitted, then simply it will be dropped, but delay won't be occur. Okay, and So we'll discuss when to use this protocol. So when to use, when we want to perform multicasting or broadcasting. Okay, when you want to send any data to multiple users, then in that case we can use UDP. Okay, you don't need acknowledgement from each and everyone, simply you are multicasting any message, so you can use UDP for that. Then in multimedia applications, like I said, that for the transmission of real-time packets, or if you're performing live conference, or if you're performing if you're playing game online, or if you are doing video chat or voice chat, in that case we need UDP. Okay, here the focus will be on packets. Here the protocol permit packets to be dropped instead of delay. So here the more focus is on performance rather than delay. So permit packets to be dropped instead of causing delay. Okay, so main focus in UDP protocol is to provide a good performance, okay, instead of getting acknowledgement or instead of reliability. Then if you want to reduce the requirement of computer resources, then also because here not many resources are needed for this protocol, and majorly this protocol is used when the size of data is less. Okay, when the size of data is less. Now we'll discuss the format, the structure of UDP. Now each UDP packet will be having two parts. The first part will be header, the second part will be data. This header size will be of 8 bytes. Okay, and now in this header what information must be stored? You'll be having information like, you'll be having source port address, okay, destination port address, then we will be having length and checksum. So this header must be containing these 4 informations: source port address, destination port address, length and checksum. Source port address, this must be used to identify the port number of source. Port numbers basically help in distinguishing different user requests. Okay, so source port address will be used to identify the port number of source. Okay, it will be of 16-bit. So it will be a 16-bit address, that means 2-byte address, which will identify the port number of the source. Here in this transport layer, we are not dealing with the MAC address or IP address. In data link layer, we were dealing with the MAC addresses. Then in network layer, we deal with the IP addresses. Here we deal with the port address. In network layer, the main focus is on port address, which are used to distinguish the different user request. Okay, so here user or process request. So here we are giving the source port address. Similarly, we are giving the destination port address. As it is of 16-bit, that means the range of port numbers will be from 0 to 65535. Okay, because it is of 16-bit, that's why the range will be like this. Then Port number 0 is reserved. So from 1 to 65535 we can use. Then length, source port address. Similarly, your destination port address is used to identify the port number of destination. It is also of the same size, which is 16-bit. 16-bit means the range will be same, 0 to 65535. Now the length, the third one is length. It is also of 16-bit. Length means it will cover the total size, header plus data. Header is of 8 byte and whatever data you are sending. So header plus data, what is the total length? Okay, so this 16-bit field is going to store the total length. Next is checksum. Checksum is used for error detection. Okay, checksum, this is also of 16-bit. In case of UDP, checksum calculation is not necessary. Okay, this field is given, but this calculation is not necessary. Therefore, UDP depends on IP for error reporting. So in network layer also we perform these kind of things. So here it is not mandatory, but you can, if you want, you can do. That's why this field is given. Okay, so these are the 4 fields in UDP protocol. Then in header will contain source port address, destination port, total length and checksum, and the data field will contain the data packet. Basically, if we discuss the purpose of this UDP, the purpose of this UDP protocol is that it takes datagram from the network layer. Okay, the third layer is the network layer, the fourth layer is transport layer, and this is the protocol which is used in the transport layer. So it takes the datagram from the network layer, attach its header to that data which it has received from the network layer, and send it to the user. Okay, so that's how it works. It supports this UDP supports packet switching also. So this is the header which is used in UDP, and we have discussed why do we use this protocol. We basically, you need to remember this thing, that this protocol is mainly used when reliability and security are less important. I'll write this thing, that this is used when reliability and security are less important than speed and size. Okay, this is important, that when the focus is on size, if size of the data is less, and if reliability does not matter, if speed matters more, in that case, like in case of gaming, speed is more important. So if suppose you need to give preference to the speed and size, in that case you have to sacrifice for reliability and security, and for that purpose we can use UDP protocol. Then what is the disadvantage of this protocol? This disadvantage is that this is unreliable. Okay, it provides basic functions for end-to-end delivery of data. We are delivering the data, there is proper format for that, we are delivering the data, but it does not provide any sequencing or reordering function. Okay, because sequencing is not there, so if packet is lost, we cannot request for the reorder of that packet. Okay, so the main disadvantage is that it does not provide any sequencing or reordering function. Okay, UDP, here you are having checksum field. If you are using that field, you can discover that error has occurred, but it does not specify which packet has been lost. Okay, so you can discover that error has occurred, but you cannot rectify it. Okay, that is the problem. So UDP can discover that an error has occurred, but it does not specify which packet has been lost. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of UDP protocol. Okay, so UDP and TCP, two protocols are more important. TCP and UDP, these are the two main protocols which are used in transport layer, and this one is unreliable, connectionless, whereas TCP is reliable and connection oriented protocol. Here we don't get any acknowledgements. Here the main focus is on speed, providing performance instead of reliability or security. Okay, so most of the times these are used in multimedia applications, or if you want to perform multicasting or broadcasting. When this protocol is basically used when your reliability and security are less important. Okay, this protocol is mainly used at that time. So here in this case we don't bother about latency. Okay, so these are the disadvantages which we have discussed, and the structure you need to remember. I hope you must have understood. In case of any doubt, you can post your query in the comment box. Thank you so much.